Nixon right here on the Quintus and Baker show.
I'm here.
I'm glad Christopher is here. It is the lovely liar himself, Mr. Baker, on the show. And my name is Quintus. And we just heard a wonderful track from an artist called Aya Nixon. And she just happens to be coming into the show to join us today. Aya Nixon, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Didi Higu? I don't know who this is. Didi Higu.
Oh, that's my aunt.
Is that your aunt? Oh, that's
my
cool.
aunt.
Hi, Aya Nixon's aunt. She says, I absolutely love this song. You are such a talented artist. Dagbreker said, het amper gedink Florence and the Machine. Baie goed.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
we started the show off on a good note.
Yo.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it is the Quintus and Baker show. It is the show where we try and discover the up-and-coming artists in South Africa. And Aya, we needed to get you on the show today. Listen, how has lockdown been treating you as a creative artist?
I have tried to be creative in this time. It's been tough not doing gigs and playing for people. Like, I miss that so much. I think a lot of the, other artists can relate with that. But I haven't been as productive with, creating content as I thought I would be. But yeah, it's been up and down every day.
Yeah, for sure. Now, tell us about this song, Lovely Lies, that we just heard. Where did you record it all? And just talk to us about the recording studio that you recorded this at.
Okay, so I recorded with Vreemdeling. He plays guitar with me. So we recorded at Harlem Studios with Wildste van der Berg. And yeah, it was the first time I recorded a song, so it was all very new and I had no idea what I was doing, but I had the best time. And so we went in, I wrote the lyrics and I wrote the chord progression and everything. And then Brendan came in and he added like slide guitar and added a little bit of percussion and just made it a lot better than it was. So yeah, it was a really good experience.
No, 100%. Well, listen, Christopher, welcome to the Quintus and Baker show this week. How are you doing in lockdown this week?
Hi, Quintus. Thanks for welcoming me to my show. It's always good to be welcome on my own show. No, lockdown can end. Hey? I think we're all over it now. I miss the live gigs too. I miss watching the live gigs. And it's too much now. Huh?
100%. So we were talking about this wonderful song that we've just heard, and we basically wanted to, kind of pick your brain in terms of, this was your first single that you came out with. We're going to listen to some more music from Aya tonight, but let's jump into it. Chris, let's go.
I mean, I love the song. I'm a huge fan. I've maintained this from the beginning. Tell us a bit more about the inspiration for the song, and do you write from real life? Do you like to create fictional stories? What's your style when it comes to music?
Well, this was a very, very personal song from an experience I had way back in 2016. And I was walking on the beach at the end of the year. We were in J Bay, and the song kind of just came to me, like the lyrics just popped in my head. And I went and wrote it down, and it took about 10 minutes because I think it was like a lot of pent-up emotions that kind of came together, and I needed to like get rid of them. And this was my way of, letting it out. So it is definitely personal. I didn't write it with the intent to record it, but for the people I played it, they had like a really good response to it. So then I was like, well, if there's an opportunity to record, then let's do it. I really want... people to connect with the things that I share with them music-wise. So this was a good opportunity for that because it's such an honest story.
Yeah, and I think people connect with that authenticity. Definitely comes across. You can feel the emotion in the song, and it's great to have a new artist like you on the scene. You've already been compared to Florence and the Machine.
Yes.
What a compliment. Tall order.
Yeah, that's tough.
You're on the right path there. But speaking about that, who are your musical influences? What kind of musical influence did you bring when you were writing your own music, and where do you see yourself going?
Well, the first concert I've ever been to was I was 9 years old and I went to see Corin Zoid with my parents at the Atterbury Theatre. And I remember that night, like, I was just a fan for life. So she has had a very big impact on the way I write. And Florence and the Machine is a very big inspiration. So I'm happy that people see that. But lately, I've actually, like during lockdown, I've been searching more new artists, so people that aren't as famous and just new to the scene as well. I've been listening to The Great Yawn. I love them so much. They're local as well. And but Hayley Williams has brought out 2 albums, like 2 EPs, Petals for Armor. And both of those, like the way she writes has inspired me to be even more vulnerable in the way that I write, because she's just an open book. Like, she puts it all out there, and I think that's very brave. And she's a very big inspiration for me at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I've been onto your Instagram and I saw that you did a cover of Lana Del Rey's Mariner's Apartment Complex. So I got to give a huge shout out to you for that, because I totally like the Norman Rockwell album. To me, was like a return to form for like.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, and so I mean, you know, when I saw that you covered it, so you can go and check. What is your Instagram handle, just to get people going that way?
So it's just IR Nixon Music.
Okay, perfect. You can go check out some of her stuff there. I want to quickly go to a browser window, so I'm quickly showing a browser window, if it's coming up. Well, now it isn't coming up. But basically what I was going to show was that Aya is actually on the lineup for Splashy Fen. And Splashy Fen this year has been pushed a little bit to the 23rd to the 27th of September. But, you know, on the show we try and tell people, you know, how to get into industry and how to get on a lineup of a festival or something like that. So tell us, what is the process? I mean, a person that, you know, has singles out and not exactly a debut album, we'll get to your album maybe a bit later, but tell us, how do you get onto these lineups of festivals in South Africa? Because Splashy Fen's a pretty big one.
It is huge. It was such an honor when they said I can play there. It was massive because it's the first festival I'll be playing. But you know what? I just decided I'm going to tell people, listen, I'm an artist, I want to play. And I send them links. And I try to do it in a respectful way and not to like badger people, because I don't think that's a good way to go if you're an upcoming artist. Like, you'll just irritate people. So just like tell them about yourself. Because if you don't tell them, how will they know you exist? Like, you need to expose yourself and get connected with the people in the industry. Make yourself known. Like, you have to. My Instagram is not. I don't have a big following. It's not very impressive or coherent. But I post things that are true to myself. Like that feels good to me. And I don't think you will get anywhere if you try to be like anybody else. If you try to imitate another artist, like. Show your authenticity and show your true vulnerable self to people, and people will be drawn to that. So I think that's why I've gotten opportunities, because I'm honest. I'm like, I'm a nobody. I can't guarantee when I play at your bar that I will pull in people, but I will deliver the best show I can at that moment. And maybe people will enjoy it. So that's what I have to say.
Yeah, look, I mean, lockdown totally, you know, threw a wrench in everyone's plans, because, you know, Splashy Fen usually occurs over the Easter weekend, and now, you know, the whole coronavirus outbreak occurs, and then they had to push it, and we still don't know. I guess it's like tentative at the moment whether or not Splashy Fen might go on, but for your sake, I'm like, you know, crossing fingers type of thing that it might go on, because I totally dig that area of Underberg where they do it. A nice cat, Christopher. When they looked down and you added an animal to the show. There you go. But yeah, so I'm really hoping that it happens. But I mean, I know you said that it was, in terms of content, not so good for you under lockdown. But I mean, have you seen that it's been like a creative pressure cooker, and you've been thinking, geez, I should maybe get something created?
Definitely. Like, you see other artists creating, and you compare yourself immediately, because that's what we do. It's part of our nature. So it's tough to then go back to that space where you like, Well, I'm not there at the moment, and that's okay. Like, I have my own process and my own timeline. And usually when I write songs, I've like in December, I wrote about 30 songs, but none of them I want to record because they didn't feel authentic. It felt like I was pushing myself because I didn't have anything to do, that I was like, well, I have all this free time, so let me write. And then none of it comes out good because it's not coming from your heart and your soul and, you know, where it's supposed to come from, or that's how I see it. Yeah. So like the process I have for writing is, it's like collecting rainwater. So you put out the buckets, you know, when there's a thunderstorm, and you wait for it to pass. Then you go get the bucket and you fish out all the leaves and the pebbles, and then you clean it, and then you produce like a nice glass of drinking water. So that's, for me, like I go through the experience in my life, and then I fish out something that can wrap it up in a neat little conclusion for me, where I can get it out of my mind and, you know, create something with that pain or that happiness or whatever I experienced.
Wow, that's very quotable. I think that's going into our show reel for the end of the Quintus and Baker show.
You can start an inspirational Tumblr account with that kind of stuff. That's really good. I like that. I mean, as someone who also likes to, you know, write, you know, just as a creative outlet, I think that idea of not putting pressure on yourself to impress people, but just sort of using your life experience to create something beautiful with what you have, it's way better. I love that idea. It's awesome.
Thank you.
I ask you, you've got 2 singles out. We're holding fingers for an album, but are you doing any collabs in the industry at the moment that you maybe want to tell us about?
Yeah, there is something in the pipeline at the moment. I don't want to name drop yet, but it's something very exciting. There's going to be an EP of about 4 songs, and I will feature on all 4. And I will be working with some amazing artists that I look up to in the industry. So I'm very excited about it, and it's also going to be a new genre for me to explore, because it's not going to be acoustic. Don't worry, I won't rap for you though, so don't worry.
That's happening at the end of the show, by the way. Stick around for
I can improvise. But yeah, so at the moment that's what I'm working on, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's challenging and it's new, and it's good.
Yeah, listen, we've got someone in the comment section, which you are very, very welcome to comment on YouTube if you are watching, and ask Nixon any questions that you want. Yes. But we've got Hello Beautiful Music here on the YouTube line saying, I discovered Nixon through that song. Super excited to be working with her. Who is this that is talking to us at the moment?
Yeah, that's Maki from Hello Beautiful. Oh. That is, we're going to be working together.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
So lots of collaboration happening. Do you find collaboration is a useful tool to utilize as a South African artist specifically? Because some people, like we said, you can't exactly go straight into debut album and people know who you are. You first need to collaborate with a couple artists, correct?
Yeah, I think it's very helpful because people are usually they're like so it's like if something plays on the radio, that's why you listen to it, because it's given to you. So when another artist puts you on their album or they feature you, then the audience that they already grew kind of trust that person to give you a quality new artist to listen to. It will motivate people to explore your music for themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I think also because we don't have a massive industry in South Africa, I think it's important that we, learn from one another and help each other, where there's not like this little saturated few people at the top and none of the other people who are still growing and trying to get somewhere are not given the same opportunities. So I think it's very important, if I ever have the opportunity when I'm maybe in a better position, then I would definitely look out for new artists and try to give them the opportunities where other people are giving me them now. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's take a little bit of a break here and go to your second single that we have for tonight. I'm going to just leave you guys right there, and then we're going to play Wildste Vreemdeling, which is the second single of Ian Nixon's, and then we'll return and we'll talk about the track and much, much more. Listen to this.
Wyn en my kop seer druk. Vriende geskater om ons, tekort aan mediese fonds. Maar vir nou is dit net ek en jy. Wow, ek sien die son opkom oor jou gesig, en ons skuld het nog nooit so mooi gelyk nie. En dag is ons wildste vreemdeling. Hier het so pas iets begin. Reis so vinnig soos jy kan, die beste dae is onbeplan. Niemand hoef te weet waar ons is nie. Ons is jong, tyd is aan ons sy, en vir nou gesels net ek en jy. So ek vra, verwonderlis om te bly. Wow, ek sien die son opkom oor jou gesig, en ons skuld het nog nooit so mooi gelyk nie. En die dag is ons wildste vreemdeling. Hier het so pas iets begin. Ek sien die son opkom oor jou gesig, en ons skuld het nog nooit so mooi gelyk nie. En die dag is ons wildste vreemdeling. Hier het so pas iets begin.
Ian Nixon with Wildste Vreemdeling right here on the Quintus and Baker show. If you liked it, show us some love in the comments section. And yeah, Yessie, what a nice one over there. Let me just rejoin you guys over here, because you guys can't see me, but I can see you.
I'm so confused.
What? What are you?
Your face looks like a Winamp player.
My face looks like a Winamp player. Let's go back here. There you go. I'm back. Hey, what's up? Yo, hey, Nixon. That was good work. I like it a lot. I can see where the Coranzoid influence comes from.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, apart from your collabs, I want to get into whether or not you have a debut album coming up, because I think it's probably a good idea if you have an album kind of conceptualized in your brain that you're ready to put down on paper and get to work on. Now, are you thinking of releasing an album? And now we've heard one single in English and one single in Afrikaans. Does it keep you up at night to think, am I going to make an English or Afrikaans album? Because I know it would keep me up at night.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've thought about it a lot. But I mean, if Coranzoid can do Afrikaans and English on her album, then surely I can do both. That was the first Afrikaans song I ever wrote, so it was very daunting and new to me. And it came naturally because it is in my mother tongue, but we don't have such a wat is woordeskat in Engels?
Vocabulary.
Yeah,
Yes,
something like that.
sorry. So it was difficult to write in Afrikaans, but I think I'll definitely do both. The plan is to do a full album. We also recorded a song Vol Clear, which is Afrikaans as well, which we had a few. There was a few touch up that I still want to do in studio, and obviously with lockdown, the release was a bit slowed down. So I don't know. It depends on when I can record again. The plan is obviously to put something out there in the form of an EP. I'm thinking about 6 songs. That's just Nixon, and then with Brendan Bays obviously recording with me and playing with me there. But I can't give you dates. I can't give you details. I don't know yet. I'm still figuring it out.
Cool, but it's coming to Quintus and Baker show first. The whole thing. We're playing it from track 1 to track 12.
Great. I would love that.
Did you just call Dick?
Yeah, that's what you got to do on this show. That's what you have to do, man.
No, it's cool. You guys are the
cute.
first people to interview me, so you can have dibs.
Yes. You see, that's how we organize, because you have to talk about the up and comers these days. There's not many more platforms in South Africa that are talking about the up and comers.
Yeah.
Christopher.
Yeah.
So do you want to introduce what the challenge is to Iron Nixon tonight?
Have you heard of the Quintus and Baker show challenge?
No, please enlighten me.
So we challenge every single person that comes on the show to collaborate with us. We're going to do something creative. So yeah, are you keen to write a song with us?
Yeah, but like right now on the spot.
Yes, you start. You start.
Remember what we said about rapping? Start it. Now I'll beatbox. Let's go.
Oh man.
No, don't worry.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, perfect.
Cool, it's happening. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, viewers. This is coming out. New with Iron.
Listen, I'm going to try my Afrikaans out here, but Dagbreker says, mis ek nou my universiteitsjare, soos om na die liggies van die paal te kyk, laat in die aand van die berg af. Dalk nie nou nie. Oh. Yeah, so there's that.
Oh, wow. A lot of nostalgia going on there.
What's going on
I
with
like
that?
it.
Yeah, well, nostalgia is a really good, device to write songs with. So when we do the collaboration, you can... we're going to have to hit on nostalgia, like some Jack Sparrow, Ek Mis. What was that song?
Oh, yes, yeah. It was something with a train or, I don't know. I can't remember.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah. But, it's really important for artists at the moment to be present on, digital platforms because of, the lockdown. So is your music available? Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play Music?
Yes, it's available everywhere where it matters. So YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, any platform that you can think of, it's there. Like it's even on Instagram Music, it's there. You'll find it.
What?
Sorry?
SoundCloud. Are you on SoundCloud? That's what I'm asking.
Oh, no, I don't think it's on SoundCloud, no.
SoundCloud doesn't matter. You heard it from the horse's mouth.
No.
There we go.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Yeah.
This is where my career plummets. Like, this is where the lawsuit happens.
You started at rock bottom already.
Yeah, I can just stay here.
You know what? We actually had a small conversation last night when we were testing out our technical capabilities, and we were actually talking about your influences. And obviously, you've brought up a couple of your influences, but you said that you've been reading a book on Bob Dylan at the moment. And
yes.
I was trying to remember if it was this year or last year. When did they give Bob Dylan a Pulitzer Prize or something for his writing, or they gave him some sort of award? I forget what it is.
They gave him a Nobel Prize.
Was it a Nobel Prize?
Yes, yeah, on literature.
On literature, yeah.
Yes.
You're right about that one. And I mean, I saw a lot of social media pushback on that thing, like giving an artist that writes songs a Nobel Prize for literature. But Bob Dylan is such a storyteller in his music. I mean, what do you think? Does he deserve that?
Oh, absolutely. Like my experience with the book is it's incredible. Like his ability to transport you to places with words is it's so apparent. So I don't think he deserves any backlash. I think he's brilliant. He's actually gonna release an album now. You should check out on his Instagram.
Wow.
He announced, yeah. Like I don't think he'll ever stop making music. But yeah, he's just he's incredible. I think he deserved that. You should definitely check the book out as well. I think it's called Chronicles by Bob Dylan. But yeah, he won a Nobel Prize for that book, and I love it. I think it's great.
Perfect. So now the next song that you are releasing, I mean, you said that the album doesn't have an end date, but or a release date, shall we say? But any new music coming from you in terms of original music dropping soon, like just one single track?
Well, we want to release Full Clear soon. I think we're gonna do it next month. Fingers crossed. Like if all goes well, next month. But friends of mine, Apollo Motel, their band also recording at Harlem Studios. They are releasing their EP now this month. So just a shout out to them. Go check out their EP release. But yeah, that single of mine, I think it would probably be next month if we get everything done that we need to under the circumstances that we have right now. So yes, expect something next month.
Okay, perfect. Now everybody knows, so they can go to your Instagram. That is Nixon Music on Instagram. But in terms of recording music, is it heavy on the pocket? Because I think a lot of South African artists are probably sitting there going, I would love to do studio time, but a lot of people say that there's the stigma with studio time where it's like you have to be super uber prepared to go and record a song because you're paying for that studio time and you need to make sure that you get it done first take type of thing. Or did you get a discount?
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Money does definitely play a role in this because it is expensive. But we've been, people have been so good to us, like especially Harlem Studios. They've just done such a good job, taking care of both those singles. It came out exactly how I wanted it to be. And it wasn't as pricey. So, but that was because they kind of, they knew in the industry as well. And we decided we're gonna kind of try and stick together and help each other up in the industry. So we were very fortunate to be in that position.
Yeah, very cool. All right, Christopher, you want to add anything before we wrap this up?
No, I think we've heard all there is to hear. Thank you, Aya, for sharing your thoughts, your creative process with us, and your music inspirations. It's been really interesting talking to you. I'm sure the viewers also got a lot out of this. I think before we go, you did make one thing for us. You created a playlist for our viewers to check out about your favorite music at the moment.
At the moment, yes.
Okay, cool. So Quintus, are you going to drop that link somewhere?
Yeah, I'll actually put it in the description of the video. So anybody watching, you can go to the description of the video and check out the Spotify playlist, or it might be an Apple Music playlist. All right,
Apple Music.
Perfect. I'll see if I can convert it as well to Spotify and Google Play, so people can go and listen to it there. So we really want to get inside the mind of the artist to come onto Quintus and Baker show. So I'm gonna go give it a whirl, and I'm gonna give some feedback, and hopefully you might send us down a new road of discovery, because during this time on lockdown there's so many albums that you can go and listen to from beginning to end, and I think we can follow that little golden thread there. I'm going to play us out with Lovely Lies here on the Quintus and Baker show, but Nixon, thank you for joining us here on the Quintus and Baker show.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you for what you're doing for the industry. I think it's fantastic, and thank you for having me. I had a good time. Thank you.
Hey, we got to keep doing it. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Whoever's picked up a guitar in South Africa, we need to get them on. We need to start doing live performances as well. Hey, I think.
That's a good idea.
Absolutely. So you'll be back for the live performance very soon. Cool.
Perfect. I'll be here.
All right, everybody, subscribe here on Quintessential ZA and ring that bell icon and come around every Tuesday because the Quintus and Baker show is live every single Tuesday and we are talking to South Africa's up and coming creatives. Let's cross our fingers and hope Splashy Fen actually happens because I know there are a lot of people watching that are really keen to go to another festival because my word, I think South Africa needs one.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I feel very sorry. Last point, before we say goodbye, I feel sorry. Look, I was about to go to the UK like in June type of thing, and that would have been Glastonbury, okay? And
oh, wow.
I mean, Paul McCartney was going to be headlining Glastonbury. And
ridiculous.
All I can say is we live in a society and we live in, I don't know what we're living in right now, but let's hope the festivals resume soon because
Fingers
I think
crossed.
COVID-19, unreal. Why'd you do it? Okay, guys. See you next time. All right, I'm going to play us out with Nixon.
Right.
You can find it on Spotify and all of your streaming platforms. This is Lovely Lies.
These days I've been feeling lonesome and blue, roaming these cold streets without you. These days I don't feel quite like myself, but it's better than lying on your bottom shelf. And all your lovely lies you tell with your lovely eyes. I'm giving up 'cause I've heard it all before. No, I don't need any apology.